Welcome to another exciting season of House Heist. Man, when we first saw this home that we're in last season, we showcased just a little bit of it. This season, we're gonna dig deep.
We will show you why we bought in this area because the area is so phenomenal. But the house, when we first saw it, oh my goodness. We thought we made the worst investment ever. But as you will see, it turned out very nice. When we initially first saw this home, I asked myself, is this a great investment or is this just a good investment? Because the area, like I said, has not transitioned just yet. But when we saw it, we realized, hey, it has a lot of opportunity here. So our motto is when an opportunity knocks, answer.
This home in particular is in Avondale. Avondale is a transient neighborhood. I mean, it's growing, it's thriving, it's energy here. But for a typical, let's just say a family who may not want to necessarily put their kids in private school, or the commute may not be good for them if they work 20 minutes away, it may not be the perfect location or the perfect home for them. Okay. For investors, you're looking for more transient areas where there's growth and opportunity.
Okay.
The house we purchased is in the neighborhood of Avondale, an up-and-coming area with a thriving main street. One of the main attractions here is the Avondale Brewery.
So today we're here with Michael Sellers of the Avondale Brewery.
Right.
Michael owns the Avondale Brewery, and it's a pretty cool spot to come to.
Yeah.
Michael, how do you feel about the area and where it's going? And how long have you been in the area yourself personally?
So, I mean, we have been obviously in Birmingham for a long, long time. So
Yes.
we've known of Avondale's, kind of new rising,
Okay.
over the last few years.
Okay.
And then we kind of purchased or took over Avondale 2 years ago. So we've been a lot more in depth in the neighborhood, a little
Okay.
closer to it.
Okay.
And I tell you, it's great. I mean, Avondale is one of these iconic neighborhoods that you see in other towns. Have a lot of
Absolutely.
character, a lot of entertainment value. So people want to come. They like the authenticity of the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what's really strong about Avondale.
Okay. What brought you to the area? How did you see? Did you see the area going that direction, or did you create the area?
No. I mean, we kind of came in after it had already kind of had its momentum.
Okay.
Right. So we've come in, and our job is really just to be good curators of what's already kind of on its way. So
Gotcha.
we do things to try to help the neighborhood, improve the neighborhood, to make it more and more viable for other people who want to come into the neighborhood.
What do you think about investment? Is this a great neighborhood to invest in?
Yeah, hey, I would say so. I mean, this neighborhood seems to be on the uptick.
Yes.
A lot of people moving in over here. It's got a really younger demographic, but it's also, kind of a broad spectrum of diversity
Yes.
here too. So I do think that this is a great place to invest in, just because of the people and the demographic of who's coming to the neighborhood.
Okay.
We've seen it for us to be a great
Yes.
investment, and we're just kind of hoping more and more people will come into the neighborhood.
Oh, cool. So, Michael, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you taking time out your busy day because I see
Absolutely.
you running around here.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you.
Much success to you.
Yeah, same here.
you.
Thank you.
8 months ago, we also invested in this neighborhood with this complete gut job, and we never looked back.
Right now, our budget is looking good. We have to make some small little tweaks here and there, as well as time. Time actually affects your budget because it's holding time, holding costs. But right now, we're looking good. We'll make those small tweaks, and we'll keep moving forward.
Even the best laid plans can go awry, and there were plenty of problems that had to be tackled on this heist.
We're here at the Avondale property, and as you can see, a lot of work has gone on here. So what we're looking at here is the wall had to be rebuilt because each time we stacked a brick there, it became brittle, so it kept breaking. So instead of trying to repair it, we just replaced the entire wall. And we took it up a little higher, and the reason for taking it up higher is because this is the front porch, so we had to have a barrier between the ground and the front porch. Instead of using wood, we use brick.
The purchase price for this house was $75,000. The renovation cost, $225,000. Today, It's on the market for $448,800.
From building a new porch to gutting the floors, ceilings, and everything in between, our crew spent months heisting this house, creating the custom touches that will sell this house and get us the most money from our investment.
So when you first saw this home, what was your first impression?
When I first saw this home, my first impression, like, did my agent send me to a good investment or a terrible investment?
I've never sent you to a terrible investment.
No, you haven't. But I saw the area, and the area's in transition, and then I saw the home, and it's just like, wow, really? Do we really have to deal with this? But as I got in here and I walked the neighborhood, actually I'm from this area, so for me it was two parts. It was a passion project, as well as I saw an opportunity to do something great for the neighborhood, as well as earn a profit. So that's.
Yeah, I was a little nervous too when I first saw the property. I won't lie to you. I was a little nervous about it, but it turned out beautiful.
So the home itself, the floors were buckling, the floors were wavy. The ceilings were falling in. The plumbing was running over everywhere. I mean, the plumbing was leaking bad. The kitchen, it was no kitchen. It was one cabinet along a wall with a sink, and that was the kitchen. HVAC didn't exist, so I don't know what they did to heat and cool this place.
We wanted this house because of the location. Location is the #1 factor in real estate. It's close to parks, restaurants, bars. I mean, you name it, this location is prime real estate.
Absolutely. It's a transitional location, so you have a lot of moving parts here. You have the old mixed with the new. You have some homes that haven't been remodeled yet. You have some homes that have been remodeled. So location is the most important aspect of any investment, and this fit our criteria.
Opportunity.
Today, this home is ready to sell for top dollar. It has an open kitchen and living room floor plan, an elegant dining room, and a modern master with a spectacular bath.
What is your favorite part of this home here?
For me, I love the kitchen, but that bathroom is amazing. That huge soaking tub, the walk-in shower, the detailed tile work, the shiplap throughout. I mean, who thinks to put shiplap in a bathroom? I love the huge ceilings when you walk in, and the detail in the dining room, the wood detail is just beautiful. What made you think to do wood in the dining room ceiling?
Actually, I saw the ideal on Pinterest, and I said, let me try that. I get a lot of inspiration from Pinterest and House, those places, and as well as Nashville. I go there a lot to learn.
Oh, Nashville, the homes are just, they'll blow you away.
So that's one thing about it as an investor, you always got to be learning. You got to go somewhere to get some kind of inspiration from to learn.
And not just stay in your market. You got to kind of see what other areas are doing. Like, what are growing cities? What do the homes look like?
Absolutely.
What is the architectural design of other cities?
What colors they're using. Because if those cities are moving pretty fastly, our city is behind it.
Yeah. Tell me about what made you go with the more traditional, old school way of laying the hardwoods here.
What gave us the idea of putting, like I said, we wanted to bring in the old with the new. And that's all this home is about, is bringing in the old with the new.
Character.
Lots of character. So we took up the VCT flooring, took up the hardwood.
What's VCT?
VCT, some inexpensive flooring.
Okay.
We took that up. We took up the carpet. And what was there was nothing. It was just plywood. So we had to come in and level the floors off, and we laid down real hardwood. And we came in, we sanded the hardwood 2 or 3 times. Put a couple coats on there, sealed it, and this is what came about.
Yeah, and it gives it that rich, really, it brings that historic, because this is an original historic home.
Correct.
So it gives you that historic feel with it.
Absolutely.
So I love that.
Absolutely.
Coming up on House Heist, Herb and I let you in on how we met and why we do what we do.
A lot of people ask us how we met. I'm the realtor, so I find the investments.
And I'm the investor, and I invest in the investments. And I also look at the budget to make sure that we are turning a profit.
And I think we make a great team. I mean, we bounce ideas off each other. Sometimes we don't always agree. Sometimes.
A lot of times we don't agree on, especially on pricing. I have a house heist price, And she has a
And I have
Gabrielle
a market
Henderson price.
No, it's a market price.
It's a Gabrielle Henderson price. And my pricing, I like to push the market because I plan on giving buyers more than what they're expecting and more quality than they'll get from anybody else.
And I don't mind pushing the market, but we still have to stay somewhere around the comps. The market doesn't lie.
The market doesn't tell the truth all the time either. House Heist tells the truth.
To you, what's the difference between a new construction and a remodel?
The difference between a new construction and a remodel to me is new construction is I'm building a house from the ground up. Remodel is I'm taking a home that's currently in existence and pretty much putting lipstick on it, putting a little makeup on it, and just making it beautified. As well as if I have to go into the walls and change the guts, we change the guts as well. But for the most part, a rehab for myself is making it look beautiful. Taking the old, making it look new, and a new construction is from the ground up. And this home right here was a combination of both. We took the old and we took the new and we combined it, which made this a very challenging home to work with.
Because it was, number one, it was a historic property.
Yes, this home was built in 1919, which, as you know, if a home is built in 1919, you have to go by different criteria to rehab it. And that's what we had to do here. We had to, like I said, take the old and mix it with the new and combine it together. And that's how we got this masterpiece. And affordability is very important. And the way as an investor, as House Heist, Mr. House Heist, what we do is we make sure that the budget and the aesthetics of the home match up to give the incoming buyer a home that they can afford as well as live in for, let's say, 20, 30 years.
Well, the average home buyer lives in a home for 5 to 7.
Oh, didn't know that. So next 5 to 7 years.
When this home was originally brought to us for the price that we paid, $75,000, I felt sight unseen it was a steal. But when we walked through that door, did you feel that we overpaid for that home, or what were your thoughts behind that?
Yes, I do feel like we overpaid for the home. And actually, I called you. I said we need to renegotiate that contract. I really did say that. So I thought we was paying way too much for it. But as you know, we looked at the numbers. Mm-hmm.
The numbers were there, and that's why I felt that it was a good initial investment.
In order to get those numbers, we knew we had to do a lot of work. So we looked at the numbers. We got plans drawn out for the home, and we did a budget based upon those plans. Now, we might have went over the budget a little bit because we added all this shiplap here and all these lighting.
And marble in the
marble
kitchen.
And granite. So, yeah, we blew the budget out of the water. So originally, we paid $75,000 for the home. Mm-hmm. Original budget was to put $180,000 into this home. That included building the garage on the back too as well. However, we spent $225,000 into this home plus the $75,000 we paid for it. So roughly, we have about $300,000 into this home. Invested, and that's not including the soft costs. And soft costs, as you know, is like the interest that you're paying to your bank to hold the money, or the money it takes to keep the house up,
right.
the utilities,
right?
Lawn service, yard cutting, those type of
cleaning
things.
crew. I mean, we keep the home nice and fresh for each showing. I mean, you have to pay people to come in here and make the home sparkle. So.
And also staging. That's also another fee that goes into that. So, of course, we're up there a little bit over. We're way over our budget. But we still see a profit in this home.
And
too.
staging is very important, especially in a home with a certain price point.
And as of right now, how much do we have this home listed for?
It's listed on the market right now for $448,800.
Okay.
And that's based on the comps of the area.
So right now we invested $75,000 into the purchase of it. We have about $225,000 into the rehab cost of it, and we have about a soft cost of here and there about $10,000 to $15,000.
Right.
So do the numbers, you should have pretty good profit.
Big good payday.
Big good payday.
Coming up on House Heist, I talk with a professional stager who shows us why staging your home with the right pieces will help you sell your home fast. This once broken down eyesore is now a beautiful home with a bright future.
It's time to sell it. Here I have with me my friend, Miss Brianna James of 7th and Grand. She's a fabulous stager and interior designer. Thank you for coming, Brianna.
Yes, of course.
So tell me a little bit about what your vision was when you saw this beautiful home.
So the very first thing that I thought about was the thriving, buzzing city of Avondale. Avondale is very eclectic, full of modern coffee shops, amphitheater, and a ton of shows. So I wanted to bring the eclectic feel of Avondale into the home.
I love it. I love it. So what inspired you when you first walked in? I know we have all of the detail. We have the marble, and we have the wood, and we have the shiplap. What inspired you?
The very first thing that inspired me was the kitchen. This is where we come to eat. This is where our family gathers.
I call it the heart of the home.
This is the heart of the home.
Yeah.
So the kitchen was definitely the very first thing for me. And then it's also the very first thing you see when you open the door.
I love it.
Yes.
You are phenomenal at bringing accents together. Talk to me about the kitchen. What did you do here?
So the kitchen didn't really need much. What you wanted to do was highlight the beautiful shelving that you guys installed. You didn't want to add pieces that would overpower the natural elements that already exist in the home. So the pieces that I brought in were to simply bring out the black tones that we have in the marble, to bring out the natural elements with the greenery, and to kind of give it a little bit of a modern flair.
I love it. It's beautiful. It turned out great. As soon as you walk through that door, you see this wonderful kitchen. Brianna, I love everything you did with this home, especially the living room. Let's take a look. Like I said, one of my favorite rooms is the living room. I love the rich elements of that emerald green. It just pops.
So one of the things I wanted buyers to feel when they walked into the home is, wow, I'm at home. The emerald green is really in right now. It is an in-season color. And I also wanted people to get a sense of that southern comfort as well as the modern flair. The pieces are very functional. We included some swivel chairs so that they can be a conversation piece with the sofa and also with the kitchen.
So talk to us about the importance of staging. That is a very important feature in a home that most people don't realize.
Yes, it is. So staging is important because this is your time to shine. This is your time to give buyers an opportunity to see what the home would look like before they actually move in. You also have a photographer coming in, so they're going to be taking pictures. These pictures are going to go on MLS, Realtor.com, so the pictures are going to be everywhere. The goal is to get it sold and for top dollar.
Absolutely. So now we're in the master, and this room is where you get comfortable, but it has a little bit of glam.
Yes, so we wanted to give a feminine touch to this staging project. You'll notice in the study we have more of a masculine feel, so I didn't want to forget about the ladies. So I gave the master bedroom a little bit of a feminine touch.
Touch to it. I love it. So for the average seller who may not have a huge budget, what do you recommend?
So we first want to look at if the property is occupied or if it's vacant. If it's an occupied home, the first thing I would tell a seller to do is declutter. We also want to get rid of any personal photos that may show pictures of the family that actually lives in that home or may reveal any personal information. If the home is a vacant home, all you have to do is call a stager. They should be able to provide all the furnishings and finishes you need to get the home staged.
I love that. So thank you so much for spending the afternoon with me. Tell the audience, Brianna, how can they reach you?
So the best way to get in contact with me is to reach me through email. You can reach me at hello@seventhandgrand.com.
Thank you.
This home has been one of my favorite house heists, from the beautiful kitchen to the spa-inspired bathroom. It's all about the details that take it over the top.
So you won't find another home like a House Heist renovation.
Never will, because every home is designed to be unique. And that's what we do here. We always give you more than what you expect. And that's our goal.